This is to certify that Movie Chats has been classified for live streaming.
Evening.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, or in this case, just Chris.
Thanks for joining, Chris.
I hope you're all right. I hope you've had a good weekend, and welcome back to another week on a movie chat. Stevie, how's your week been, mate? You've not been very vocal on the group.
I've just been a bit busy this week, just trying to keep things in the house sorting out, and just been bobbing around everywhere. So, yeah, it's been one of those weeks where it's gone a bit quick, but I'm back in work tomorrow, so yay. But other than that,
before you realise it, Thursday night comes around dead quick. It's like, what's going on?
It very much does that. It does, yeah, absolutely.
It comes around really, really quickly. As you know, ladies and gentlemen, I did drop the bombshell on little Steve that I might not be here this week because of my MRI that got moved forward to Saturday. So they rang me late Friday afternoon and said, "Oh, by the way, we've got no staff in next week, so why don't you come in tomorrow?" It's like, yeah, thanks. Do you know, if I was to cancel with like less than 24 hours notice, you'll probably charge me for the MRI.
Exactly, but it's all right. The wonders of the NHS, I suppose.
Yeah, so I'm just still waiting for the results on that one. Yeah. What have you been watching this week, mate?
Well, I've been watching an amazing TV program.
Okay,
TV series called The Gentleman.
Now,
May, you need to watch that shit.
I have seen this advertised, but I've also seen the comments on Facebook and stuff like that they can't believe that obviously 4 from the Divergent series he's in it, isn't he? And the lead actress is the young girl from the Maze Runner series.
Effie from Skins.
Yeah, she's in it. And everyone's going, wow, all these people from mediocre films are all in this great. Look, they did it when they were probably about 17, 18. Of course, they're going to be mediocre actors and actresses at the time they were in Skins.
Easily one of the best programs I've seen this year. In the last 12 months, even. It's brilliant. If you're into that sort of... I mean, the thing is, you've got like Vinnie Jones in there as well. And Vinnie Jones's character is... He plays like a groundskeeper sort of person for this rich family. And you know, as the series goes on, his story arc evolves, and it's just really, really good. Bloody hell, Chris has finally started on The Boys. Hey, Elaine.
Yeah, what do you mean? You're only just starting The Boys?
Not too bad. It's bloody brilliant, mate. Honestly, it's really good. For someone
that doesn't like comics and superhero stuff, I hope you really enjoy this, mate, because it's not your standard comic and superhero series.
No, I mean, even within the first few minutes with A-Train, and you're like, what's just happened here?
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to The Gentleman. Lana really and I have got to get some time in the evenings to sit down and watch it because she's been working a little bit of overtime this week. I've been working late. Then I was out last night and we've just not had a chance to sit down and watch something together all week. It's you know, I come home tonight and watch the homework, and as the homework was finishing, she was coming in, and I come straight up here.
I think the thing is that the it's well paced. I'll say that because it's by Danny Boyle. Danny Boyle does about 2 or 3 episodes. You can't. But the thing is that the team that he's got around him, you can't tell the episodes that he hasn't done. It's a very consistent thing all the way through it. But it's funny in places. It's really good, really good. It's sort of more of the same when you look at like Lock, Stock, and them sort of movies. it's very much product of. I mean, people were asking if it was the same as his movie, The Gentleman. It's not.
No,
it's
but
not
I quite enjoyed The Gentleman.
I did.
Movie, second time round. I didn't enjoy it the first time round. But I don't think I was in the right mindset at the time to watch anything. Never mind a gangster film that's actually got a plot and got 3 or 4 different stories all running at the same time. And I was just like, what am I watching here? And then the second time round of watching it, I was like, I understand how all this all links in now.
Ray Winston's in it as the sort of gangster dad to Effie. And he's brilliant in it as well. He really is good. But there's just so many characters in it that you're sort of rooting for. It's honestly, it's definitely worth a watch. I'm going to watch it again. I'd like to hopefully see it on some sort of media at some point so that I can get a copy of it.
So speaking of series that you'd like to watch again, The Traitors. Right? Have you seen that they are doing a Traitors movie based on season 2 of the UK Traitors?
No.
Or Comic Relief?
No, I'm not.
They've got a rook of B-list actors like David Williams and people like that to play the characters from the people that have just gone out of the series. So Catherine Tate plays 2 or 3 of the women.
Oh, brilliant!
And David Williams is in there. They've not gone with what's her name that played Claudia. It's not Claudia. It's somebody else playing Claudia and stuff like that. And for once, I'm actually looking forward to Comic Relief just so I can see that, and how they played the whole series out over the Comic Relief weekend.
Yeah,
as a like a 2-part movie. I think that'll be really, really good.
Yeah, it should be funny that.
Good evening, Jeff. Thank you for joining us, sir. Even Elaine, thank you. Chris says he nearly quit The Boys 20-minute things. The whole superhero thing wasn't his bag until A-Train ran over his girlfriend, which is what you just alluded to there. And it just comes out the blue. It's a bang, done. There you go. Here's a couple of grand, off you went. But no, I do like The Boys. I do enjoy The Boys. It gets interesting, Chris, a couple of episodes in, so bear with it. Yeah,
definitely.
Right, shall we move on to a little bit of movie news?
Yeah, go for it.
Let's go for movie news. So while we've got the attention of Chris, and probably not Belle because she's hobnobbing.
Off gallivanting.
Yeah, she's off gallivanting, hobnobbing it with the stars down in Devon. Did you see that Shrek 2 is getting a 20th anniversary cinematic release this year?
Really?
April the 12th. It's going to be on the cinemas for a short run time. So kids and bigger kids who saw it 20 years ago can relive the whole Shrek experience
of Shrek
2 on the big screen. So we get to see Mike Myers' Shrek. We get to see Cameron Diaz's Princess Fiona.
You can just buy a box set; it'd be cheaper.
Yeah, but it's on the big screen.
Well, I don't know. Your telly's pretty big.
It's on the cinema.
Oh, right, okay.
But yeah, it's going to be a limited run anyway. A couple of days out to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Shrek 2. I think that's an interesting phenomenon that's sort of happening.
Phenomenon.
Yeah, at the moment, isn't it? Where all these films are coming back for the 20th and 30th anniversary releases and 40th anniversary releases.
Well, this is it. I mean, the thing is that with these sort of 4K steelbooks and stuff like that, you're sort of looking at movies trying to figure out which ones are going to try and release on 4K, whether it be a steelbook or just a normal 4K. But it's the same with like some of the James Cameron movies, aren't they? That certain times of the year that they're bringing them out. Yeah, there seems to be a lot of that at the minute.
Yeah, forget Shrek 2. Let's talk Beetlejuice. Now,
yeah,
I haven't got Beetlejuice in my movie news. However, I am aware that Michael Keaton isn't overly impressed by Beetlejuice's backstory that they're going to introduce in the second film. Yeah, apparently it's not painting him or the character in a good light. Now, obviously, Jenna Ortega. And Martin Freeman had a couple of bad scenes in the previous film and stuff like that. And apparently, they're talking about maybe Beetlejuice has something to do with something along those lines. Okay. I don't know if I like that dark twist to Beetle. I know Beetlejuice is meant to be a dark character. You know, I know he's meant to be a poltergeist and stuff like that, but he's not that type of character, is he really?
No, it's never been sort of like a horror-based movie, had it? Character sort of thing.
Well, I don't know if it's going to be horror-based. I think it might be more of the nature of his backstory that I think he's got a problem with.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, the thing is that he is the main character. He is the main character for Beetlejuice. So
yeah,
he might put his 50p in there and get it sorted.
Now, talking Michael Keaton and
Halen
Burton and people like that, Danny DeVito's come out this week. Now, have you heard Danny DeVito's views on who we'd like to return as? But
the Penguin.
The Penguin. He would like to come back as his version of the Penguin in the latest DCU reboots, because obviously Michael Keaton's back as Batman.
Yeah.
He would like to come back as the Penguin to face an older Bruce Wayne. However, he's got one condition, and that one condition is that Tim Burton comes back to direct the film. Now, can you just imagine having Michelle Pfeiffer in there? You've got Kim Basinger back as well as Vicky Vale. You've got, Michael Keaton, Danny DeVito, people like that were in the first Batman.
I'm pretty sure there's not enough CGI in the world to.
No, but could you imagine it though?
Fucking hell.
You've got the 1989 Batman with like Vicky Vale, and then you've got the 1992 Batman Returns with Michelle Pfeiffer and Danny DeVito. And how good would that be to see that? Obviously, it'll be a very old Catwoman. I think it'll be a dead woman.
Do you reckon she'd still get in the cat suit?
Oh, mate, I don't think there's enough leather and latex to get her in one of them. What's it? When did actors start getting a say in the story and writing the stories? It seems to be happening a lot. Yeah, I know they get paid to take on the role, but in this day and age, and especially with the council movement and we and stuff like that, I don't know if they're worried about the role that they're portraying. But if we ever get stuff like that, are we ever going to get another the Life of David Gale or something like that where, okay, I know Kevin Spacey's obviously playing the role that he's played in real life in that film, but it is that type of scenario where we would never get that risque type of, or even.
I mean, the problem that you've got is that if you want these people back involved, which is ultimately, like, would The Flash, as an example, be anywhere near what it was if Michael Keaton wasn't in it? Do you know what I mean? So it's that sort of player power with that sort of thing. I think if I was to put it in a football analogy, it would be, they needed him more than he needed them. And he was supposed to be in, I want to say Batgirl, that one that they written off as a tax.
Be in the series.
Benefit.
When they cancelled that, he did turn around and say, "Is that one I was meant to be in?"
Yeah, he was. He was 99% complete, that movie, mate.
Yeah, so he was like, "Is that the one I was meant to have been in?" When they cancelled Batgirl, because they mentioned it, because he wasn't letting on about the Flash.
No.
So he was like, right, okay, yeah, I'm gutted they've cancelled one of the films. And then he said Batgirl, and he said, oh, that it?
Yeah.
Shows how much involvement he would have had in that film if he couldn't remember if he was going to be in that film. It might have been like a 5-second flashback while he was in the Batsuit film. Flash.
Whether or not it'll ever see the light of day, that's the thing with that. You know, it might never see the light of day. But ultimately, it was just one of the. I mean, it's a shame, really, but it's just one of those things where they've literally done that to tax in on it, get the tax on it at the end.
Chris has put there, could we bring Arnie back? Now, Arnie was in Batman Forever.
Batman and Robin, I think.
Was it Batman and Robin? That's a completely
Batman Forever was Jim Carrey.
That's
Jim Carrey. Yeah.
You know, I'm going to say it's a different era of Batman, wasn't it? With George Clooney and Chris O'Donnell and
the Batman. Like
I don't know. So Danny DeVito saying he's open to return as the Penguin.
Did you see the clip of the Oscars
of him and Arnie?
Yeah. Jeff's mentioned it down there. Yeah, it was quite funny actually because he was Michael Keaton was just sat in the front row. They're just ripping into him. He barely batted an eyelid. He's like, "Yeah, come on, bring it."
I tell you what though, Jimmy Cavill, who was the
monkey?
The way he went after Robert Downey Jr. and about his drugs and stuff like that. I know it was meant to be a throwaway joke that, you know, this is the high point of your career, but it's not really the high point of your career. And considering the fact he's just about to win his first Oscar, I thought that was slightly underhanded. But then I look back at the likes of Ricky Gervais. That could have been that all night.
Yeah, that's true.
But then you would know exactly what you were getting with someone like Ricky Gervais. I just didn't think the Oscars had that flair about it. I don't think the Oscars have had a flair about it for years. When considering the only thing that we ever talk about the Oscars these days is Will Smith slapping Chris Rock.
Yeah,
Chris Rock, wasn't it? Chris Rock, not Chris. I always get those two confused. That was the highlight of the Oscars for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Monkey's saying Sydney's back. Yes, she is. I saw it was confirmed that Neve Campbell is coming back to Scream, isn't she?
I don't know. I stopped watching Scream after about 4, I think.
Did you?
Yeah, there's only so many half sisters or brothers that slept with someone's nan that can come back and get revenge on the whole town.
It was quite big families, isn't it?
Yeah. I will go into the Oscars in a bit more detail after we've gone through this. But David Lynch's film The Fall Guy. I'm not really a big fan of his work, to be fair. I don't really like his films, but I like this TV series, The Fall Guy. I used to watch that on Channel 4 in the mornings before I used to go to school and college. The film's coming out with Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt playing the 2 lead roles.
Yeah.
But it's got a new Guinness World Record for one of the stunts in the film. Now, it's got a cannon roll in the film, which is where they roll the cars over. Now, the previous record was 7. This one's got 8.5 rotations.
Bloody hell.
For the fact that that's what the bigging up about the film so far is the fact it's got a Guinness Book World Record stunt. Are you looking forward to that film?
I watched the trailer a little while ago, and it looked okay. I mean, I like Ryan Gosling as an actor. Really, I think one of my favorite films with him in is obviously Drive. So I'm happy with that.
Not Barbie. Not Barbie.
No, not Barbie. No, but obviously Chris has said about the 7 nominations.
Award in the Oscars for playing Ken, the film that smashes men, and it was a man that won an award. It just sums it up for me. Vanessa Hudgens, who's in Bad Boys 4, as we all know, has come out this week and says she's really looking forward to the film. She's teased how action-packed the movie is, how good Will Smith and Martin Lawrence are with the screen chemistry, and the fact this is going to be the best movie in the series. Now, to me, I don't think it will take much to beat Bad Boys 2 or Bad Boys for Life. I wasn't really, as you know, I wasn't really a big fan of Bad Boys for Life.
I like that.
But you quite enjoyed it.
Yes, I did.
I think if they were going to bring in a super cop team, it doesn't need to be Bad Boys, you know. But I think by the looks of it, this one goes back to just being Martin Lawrence and Will Smith for a good sort of part of the movie.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Am I over the Bad Boys franchise? Do we need another movie?
I'm not being funny, but it's not like they've been like sort of. How do I explain it? It's been like spread out, and it's not been like they've absolutely peppered us with them. And it's like the 4th year in a row where we've had a Bad Boys movie. I think the chemistry between Will Smith and Martin Lawrence is brilliant. So I'm on board for that, regardless, really. You know, so I don't mind them bringing it out. I'll watch it, and I'm sure I'll enjoy it, because it's going to be like I would imagine it's going to be like Michael Bay again, isn't it? So it's going to be sort of high octane, sort of just explosions and stuff, and turn your brain off.
I don't think you're going to beat that screen presence of the two of them in the first one. They tried it. They tried it in the second one, and then they introduced his sister. And you know, obviously the kids were growing up and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we need it. It's like Lethal Weapon. Do we need another Lethal Weapon?
No, we don't.
Is Bad Boys the new Lethal Weapon?
We don't need another Lethal Weapon, that's for sure. But it's like they say, it's like Beverly Hills Cop, innit? Do you know what I mean? They're literally going for franchises that will make them money regardless of what quality it's going to be. You know, whether they get another one out the back of that, then, you know, maybe. Hey, Baz. Okay. It's a car park, mate. What's that?
Car park. Because I said we'll come back to the Oscars later.
All right. So you're going to park it?
Yeah. We're going to lay a leg on that one, and we'll come back on that one later.
Oh, fair enough.
My last one. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we had Dave from Zombie Movie Reviews.
Your twin, yeah.
And we were talking about the released picture of The Crow. Now, The Crow's...
Oh, yes. Yes.
The Crow's trailer has dropped.
Today.
Have you seen it?
Yes, I watched it earlier.
Right. Now, for me, it looks like it's going to be a good film, but it's not a Crow film. It could be any other supernatural type movie, and I think I'd be all right with it. I just don't think it's got the Crow feel. Looking at the trailer, I think it's more modern day, modern world set.
Right.
I don't like the look of Eric Draven. I just don't like the look of him. I don't like the sort of route it was taken. I like the fact it's dark and gritty. I think it's going to be quite violent in, you know, it's going to be a violent revenge, but I don't think it needed to be a Crow film for it to be sort of plastered out there. But again, I think they're just taking that name from a cult classic and rebooting it. But yeah, call it something else. Call it the fucking Pigeon or something like that.
The Pigeon.
The Pigeon. Let's give it the Pigeon, right? Call it the Pigeon. And let's
shit all over my car all the time, then.
Yeah, or the Blue Tit or something like that, you know?
The Blue Tit.
But I don't think it needed to be The Crow for this particular film.
Right.
That was my view. What was your view on the trailer?
I put a comment on Dave's video. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's the ambience, whether it's the way it's filmed. It just screams to me they've gone for the same sort of atmosphere as something like the Batman. Like it doesn't seem like the old, like you say, like the old one where you it was very dark and it was cinematic. I don't know how to explain it, but the point is that it's obviously, like you say, it's a modern day sort of spin on it, and it just reminds me it wouldn't look out of place if Batman swooped in on it, like the latest one. It's just weird. It looks like they've basically gone for sort of a carbon copy of the atmosphere and stuff of that. There's a better way of explaining it, but that was terrible. But that's what I mean. But I mean, with regards to the character, looks a bit like a shit version of the Joker. But I like some of the scenes where he's getting shot and stuff like that, and he's still going. And
but the thing is with Brandon Lee's is, he gets shot. You know, the bit where him and what's his name, T-Bird, but not, was it T-Bird? Yeah, him and T-Bird where they were talking and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know, and then the back and forth between the two of them in that, and you know, there's a couple of other bits where he kills like Vinny and people like that, and you know, and it was just those little one-liners that brought the film together for me, and I don't think we got enough of that in here. We got that "Hey, I killed you" bit, you know, like T-Bird says to him, "You're dead," you know, but you can't come back from the dead.
Yeah,
and then they sort of give us that throwaway scene where he opens the window and goes, "I've killed you." Yes, you did, and you're like, right, okay, so that's a throwback to that. But you're right. There's just no feel to that film as that's what we were hoping to be watching.
I think it's. I mean, it'll be a decent movie in its own right because the actor who's playing him is good, but it's not. This isn't going to be one of those situations where we can just compare them. I think they're going to be you're going to have to look at them as separate movies. You know, it's like Point Break and the remake of Point Break. Like the second one, the first start, the second one was shocking, but you can't look at it. You can't compare it to the first movie because the first movie was so iconic. It will be unfair to sort of put it in the same brackets as the one with Brandon Lee. You know, but this is this more of the comic version style of The Crow? I don't know. I've never really read any of the comments.
No, I think Brandon Lee's Eric Draven was probably closer to the comic from the way I look, from the look of it. I think it's gone a modern take on it, but you're forgetting that, you know, the Crow, Eric Draven, Brandon Lee's Crow, and I don't think he's this particular version of him's back on Devil's Night, which is sort of Halloweenish, and that's where he's come from. You know, that's where the black long coat come from, the white face paint, and you know, and stuff like that. He was dressed not because he was, you know, of the time of the year and stuff like that. And I don't know if we're going to explore all that supernatural side of it. I know we got a bit of it in the trailer, and I think they're going to explain a lot more about how he's come back. And I don't.
I'll tell you what, the kill scene for when they're killing him is a different sort of scenario, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, with the plastic bags.
Yeah, no preloaded gun at this point.
No.
You know.
No. But no, I don't know. I'm in two minds. I think if you were to take the Crow title out of it, I probably would enjoy the film. But I'm, you know me, mate.
Is this going to be a blockbuster film, or is it dropping on one of the streaming sites? Do you think?
I don't think it's dropping on a streaming site.
Right. Okay.
But
the problem is nowadays there's a 50-50 chance that it could have done.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, maybe they're going to do a cinematic release.
But you know me, I hold my originals quite high. Yeah, and when they do these reboots, I can't help but compare them to the other ones. And yeah, I don't know.
I've got the 4K Steelbook on pre-order for the original.
I think I'm just gonna know this film as The Pigeon. There you go.
That's what it'll say on the review. The
That's
Pigeon.
what it's gonna be. It's gonna be The Pigeon
because it's not the crow.
It's not the crow. It's a pigeon. Yeah,
pigeon painted black.
That's the one. Yeah, it's a magpie.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
the magpie. That'll do.
Yeah. So that's the movie news for this week. Now, obviously, we've had the big event, which was the Oscars. First of all, mate, did you see the? And I thought it was actually quite comical. The John Cena.
Where he came out, supposedly naked.
Supposedly naked, but he had a cock sock on. Yes. I thought that was actually quite comical, and I can't believe that actually got the reception it got, saying that it was wrong, and we you can't get away with stuff like that, and people were offended by that. To be honest with you, mate, if I was jacked like that at his age, I'd be walking around in a cock sock. Bloody hell, why not? What's your views on that one? Like I say, I think it was sort of out of place for this year's Oscars, but it would have been in place in previous Oscars. I think we lost that razzle dazzle of the Oscars and the fun and the fun and games that came with it as well. It's no longer a celebration; it's more of a I don't know. We've come to the end of the Oscars.
By the time by the time they'd run through the toga or something, wasn't he? There we go. So we're back. Yeah, he said he was dressed in a toga by the time they come back from the thingies, wasn't he?
Yeah, Jimmy, what's his face, came and put him in a toga while he was presenting, didn't he? Because he said, "I can't open the envelope." He had the envelope, didn't he? And he was like, "I can't open the envelope." It's like
I've got no opinions on that. Like you say, I mean, the guy's ripped, isn't he? So but it's I don't know. I mean, there's that much. I want to say controversy around the Oscars because at the end of the day, there is movies that are made that are purely Oscar bait, aren't they? It's purely to try and win an award. So the fact that these people aren't taking it too seriously, it's hilarious, really, because the toffs that are in there, you can guarantee they would be shrugging their heads at that.
But you see that you saw clips of like Margot Robbie, and she was absolutely in stitches over John Cena coming out the way she did. But she has said for a long time he was a Hollywood crush sort of thing, wasn't it? The one A-list you could get away with sleeping with without getting divorced. But and then obviously you get other reactions like, "What's she doing?" At which point are we going to get the young person sort of point and going, "What the fuck has this world come to?" sort of moment where it's just like,
I think there's a lot more confusing things in this world, Steve, than John Cena wearing that. If I'm honest with you. Yeah, I think I think that was just a bit of a laugh, really. But yeah, I wouldn't stress over it too much. But I was just looking at the winners because I hadn't noticed that. Obviously, I knew it had happened, but I didn't bother to check. It looks like Oppenheimer really cleared up.
I was just about to go through the list of winners. So leading actor, you've got Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer. Supporting actors, Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer. Leading lady, Emma Stone for Poor Things. That's still a film I've not seen.
Yeah, I need to watch that as well.
Supporting lady was Davina Joy Randolph for The Handovers. Again, another film I've not seen. The animated movie, The Boy and the Heron, it's a good film. It's worth watching. Cinematography is Oppenheimer. Costume design, Poor Things. Director, Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer. Best music score, Oppenheimer. Best picture, Oppenheimer. Then you've got other winners, Zone of Interest. Now that one has piqued my interest because I didn't realize it's won so many awards, and it was one that was flying under the radar for me because it won Best International Film and a few other bits. So it's definitely worth checking out by the looks of it. Godzilla -1, The Last Repair Shop, and 20 Days of Mariupol look like that won a couple of mediocre awards as well, like for best makeup, best costume design and stuff like that. But like I say, Poor Things and Oppenheimer seems to be the way to go. So I'm sorry, Margot Robbie, and your
Barbie got nothing.
Apart from
they got
it got a song. It got a song, didn't it? For I Am Ken or something called I'm Just Ken.
What was I made for? By Billie Eilish. Wow. Jesus. Do you reckon the thing is though? Do you reckon if that Poor Things hadn't come out, because that's not relatively old, is it? It's quite new.
No, it's only a couple of months old. That Poor Things.
Yeah. So if that hadn't come out, do you think Barbie would have been the shoe-in for most of that stuff then?
I think that Poor Things must have only just sneaked into having it. Dropped in for the Oscars this year. Would Barbie have won a load of Oscars? Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly.
I mean, the thing is that from the reviews that I've seen about that Poor Things, it's quite evident that they're saying, look, it's not what you expect it to be, and a lot of it is just chaos. So, design-wise,
she's meant to be like a female Frankenstein, isn't she?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
that's how she's sort of portrayed out.
Yeah,
It is a film on my radar. I do need to see it. You know, I'm looking forward to seeing it. But it's a case of having the time at the moment and being able to sit down with Lance and watch a film. You know, we're busy this weekend, so there's another weekend that we can't do between seeing Christian Bale and being out with the mini club. Oppenheimer, I think that was just a shoe-in. But I think, again, it's a get-out-of-jail-free card for them, isn't it? Best Picture, Oppenheimer. Look at some of the other films that are out there that were major blockbusters as well for that year. And I've enjoyed them more than I've enjoyed Oppenheimer. But I'm a history buff, and I like my sort of history, and I like the fact that it was from books I've read and stuff like that. It was near enough goddamn close to what actually happened. You know, what were some of the other ones there?
Yeah, see, the thing is that the nominees for Best Picture was like, you got Killers of the Flower Moon. That's supposed to be really good. I've not seen that yet. Poor Things was in there. Barbie was in there. The Zone of Interest, American Fiction. These are the ones that I'm talking about, where you just like, they are literally fodder for the Oscars, really. Autonomy of a Fall, Maestro with Bradley Cooper in, Steven Spielberg film. I haven't seen that. Have you?
No. Well, if you look at the supporting actors list, though, where Downey's won it, it's like some Robert De Niro's in there and people like that. We're still looking at people that were making films 40 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, apart from Emma Stone, who's the up and coming actor or actress in that?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, she's a good actress, don't get me wrong, and like I say, it looks a bit trippy as a movie. But nothing. I don't know enough about it yet to really judge it. But there's a lot of people that have said it's a really trippy movie. So we'll see what it comes up with, though. You know, but yeah, no Barbie. That's a surprise.
Well, Christopher Nolan's got this imagination about him. You know, you look at the Batman trilogy, you look at the you look at Inception and things like that, where some of those
Tenet.
movies, yeah, beautifully filmed, beautifully staged, beautifully framed.
Yeah.
You know, long-winded movies, intricate movies with several storylines all playing at the same time, and
yeah,
he's just got a thing about him. But I don't know if that was just the easy pick for best movie.
The problem is that it smashed through the box office, didn't it? That and Barbie, you know, it smashed through the box office, so it's hard to sort of turn that down if it's going to be some random movie that only a handful of cinemas had or something.
Lana's just come into the room to catch the cat sitting on her laptop bag, and the first thing the cat did is look at her and just go, meow. I say, yeah, I know I'm not meant to be here, but what are you doing about it?
What are you going to do?
Yeah, what are you going to do? Feed me, wench. But yeah, like I don't know. I think for me, we've got to that point now where the Oscars are done. You know, when was the last time that you went to see a film based on the fact it's nominated for 8 Oscars or it's won 3 Oscars? Or
no, I don't. I don't even remember the last time I've ever been to bloody cinemas for an Oscar movie, really. You know, I mean, to be fair, a lot of them are out on release by the time the Oscars come around now. Anyway,
yeah.
Hey, bud,
Mr. Magpie, how are you, sir?
Not too bad, mate. You? But yeah, I mean, I'm glad that's out of the way because it's the last couple of weeks it sort of dominated who was going to get what, and you know. So what's next then?
Right. Okay. So we've done movie news. That wasn't so bad. That took us to the first 40 minutes. Right. Here we go. This is just a quick one. Just a quick rant.
Just a quick rant, is it? You're twitching.
People learn how to fucking drive.
Right? Well, grinds my gears.
Roundabouts, right? You've got roundabouts. Yeah, these are the big things that you go around, right? And you use your little flashing little lights to tell me which.
No, you don't have indicators if you're a BMW or a Mercedes. Right? They don't come into standard.
But here's a question for you, right? You've got a 3-exit roundabout or 4-exit roundabout because you're obviously in an exit, right? But you're going straight ahead. Which lane are you in?
The middle lane.
No, why have you got middle lane?
I don't know. I don't know what you're fucking on about.
3 lanes on your roundabouts.
Oh yeah, it's quite big roundabouts.
Right. Okay. You're normally in the first lane, aren't you? Your left lane to go straight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are we not teaching people how to drive these days? Or just read the arrows on the road. That tells you what you're doing, you silly bint.
Sounds like somebody's cut you up at some point.
Happens all the time. Cheshire Oaks. Bloody Cheshire Oaks. I don't know. Anyway.
So, is that your rant?
Homework movie. Right.
Are you sure? Are you sure we're not having another rant? Are you sure we're not doing movie news again?
I am sure. Well, yeah, let's do the movie news. I haven't had enough talking about the crow, the pigeon. Right. Homework movie this week was 1998's Soldier, featuring Kurt Russell and Jason Scott Lee. Stevie, did you watch the homework, sir?
No, I managed to find it on YouTube, and I thought I was onto a winner. and then I realised it was some weird edit. So I can't explain it. You'd have to see it for yourself. But I literally went, "Oh, I'll tell you what, I'll do it on YouTube," because it was on there, and there was I couldn't find any locally to pick up. So I started watching it, and then I realised that every few seconds it was playing a clip from further back. But it was the same timing as if you was to buy the movie, and I was like, right, okay, this isn't working. So after watching about 15 minutes of it this morning, I was like, yeah, that's not going to work. So I went round hunting everywhere, but I couldn't find it. And I won't mind, I've probably seen that thing so many times. I can see the front cover in my head. I know exactly which one it is, but no, unfortunately not. I couldn't get it. So how was it?
I really enjoyed it. I've seen it before.
Hey, Neil.
It's not like I've not seen the film. It starts off as very much like Universal Soldier, Halo-esque.
Yeah, because there's a load of kids, isn't there? And then it's like they're all, next thing you know, they're all sort of 12 years later, it says there's something on it.
Yeah, so it was very like Halo-esque, where they teach the kids how to be super soldiers, and then very much like Universal Soldier, where they're all dead inside to everything because they've been conditioned that much.
Yeah,
that they're not feeling pain, they're not feeling sorrow, they're not feeling anything about what they're doing. And then as the years go on, you see them be desensitized a lot more during war and stuff like that. And then you get that sort of Universal Soldier 2 type of thing where they bring in the new batch of super soldiers.
Yeah.
And then they get replaced. You're looking to see if you've got it now on.
I'm just thinking, if I've got it here on Blu-ray, I'm going to cry. Because I went everywhere over the last few days trying to find the bloody thing. But no, I definitely haven't. I even checked up in the loft as well, and it weren't in there either.
Do you know, if you're struggling, I could always send you the link for the one I'm watching.
Yeah, that would have been handy.
It will. Yeah, you need to tell me these things. So anyway, so the new batch of super soldiers come in, they have a contest, and the new batch kicks the old batch's ass. And then Todd, who's played by Kurt Russell, gets discarded onto a junk planet because they thought that he's dead, and he's not dead. So he starts sort of sanitizing himself to and becoming part of the community that have rescued him. And then the thing happens where the soldiers come down to the planet for training and stuff like that, and trying to eradicate the people that live on the planet. And they come across Todd, and then they end up having a big bout. It's a
see, look, 1 hour 38 minutes. It was not the bloody right one.
So yeah, it's an interesting film, and I do enjoy it. It's one that you can turn your brain off.
Yeah,
and just enjoy watching a good old fashioned sci-fi adventure movie.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, he's not used to having kids running around or even seeing women, to the point where, you know, he's beginning to have feelings for one of the women.
Okay.
That he's there, and yeah, it's not a bad little film. You know,
is it typical 90s?
Sorry,
is it like a typical 90s one then?
Yeah, your typical 90s, like Demolition Man-esque.
Yeah.
Type of futuristic film.
Fair enough.
So yeah, if you haven't watched it, then you've got double homework now, because you're gonna have to watch it. Oh shit, I'm in Scotland next week.
Hey, are you really? So you were potentially missing 2 shows in a row.
No, well, I only got invited. I only got invited to Scotland yesterday.
Oh right. Oh, I see.
Oh, there you go. Nem's put it's on YouTube. Yeah, I think that might be the one that Little Steve's tried to watch.
Yeah. If you try and watch it, Nem, and just about 20-30 seconds in, it starts sort of replaying the same clips. It's really weird. but it does it. It keeps doing it because I tried sort of going about 10, 15 minutes to see if it was still the same, but it's like it zooms in on a clip, and then next thing it's back to what it was. I don't know why somebody's bothered to do that. Honestly,
probably to get it through copyright, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's not-
probably. And then obviously get the link. Yeah. I mean, I
continuous.
can't see it being. Well, let's have a look. What does it say on views? I can't see it being like a lot of people. Well, I say a lot of people. It's had 73,000 views, and it was listed 2 months ago. So yeah, people are trying to watch it, but it's just going back and back and back. It's weird. Just let me know. Have a watch of it now.
I have thought about doing that with our channel, you know. Do you know, like the likes of my TV series here, like the X-Men or Thundercats, or
what's that?
Uploading the episodes onto YouTube so people can watch them.
That's the way to get us completely cancelled.
It's better than me calling everyone dickheads and twats.
No, that just gets rid of subscribers. That's all that does.
Do you know we haven't lost any subscribers for a while?
Hey, do not say that. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that.
That does remind me. We did get an email from the Fun Police saying that we've come close to some community engagement rules or something.
What?
But it never actually told us which live stream that was on. So for those of you that are offended by anything that gets said on the channel, go and get a fucking life. It's only a joke. And move on.
Really?
Bloody
hell.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know which part of it, but then again, this is YouTube, and YouTube has still copyrighted us for sharing clips of water polo on a live stream. We never even flipping did that.
Well, that was the water polo special, if you remember.
That was yeah. You know, when we were talking about the 2019 water polo world championships, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. That was a particular special night for me. That oh, how we laughed at the water polo.
So I don't know how serious these YouTube complaints are. You know, I think someone's just hitting the button just for the sake of hitting the button. But
yeah, please don't.
We're still here. We're still here. So thank you for those that are still supporting the channel without reporting us.
Cheers.
Yeah. So homework movie was The Soldier. I really enjoyed it. Steve's not watched it. I think we're going to go back down this route again, aren't we, Steve, where you don't do the homework?
This is coming from you.
I've done my homework the last 2 weeks. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I did it the week before as well. Thank you very much.
I haven't done it. Right, so here's the homework wheel. Ladies and gentlemen,
to do this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any homework movie that you would recommend to ourselves, then please leave a comment after this video has gone live. I'll pick it up from there and I'll enter it onto the wheel. So we've got Eight-Legged Freaks, Dark Skies, Flight of the Navigator, Hackers, ICU, Judgment Night, Mean Girls. That one's for little Steve. Pandorum, if I remember correctly, Paul Magpie recommended Pandorum, so thanks very much. Scarface 1983, because I still haven't seen Scarface.
Wow.
Star Wars, which was the A New Hope, so episode 4. The Untouchables, We Were Soldiers, and Straight Heads, which was recommended by Lana after watching a trailer review, I think.
Okay.
So let's see what we've got, shall we?
Yeah, go for it. Scarface! Yay!
Okay, so I am actually going to have to watch Scarface now this week. You can see how happy I am about that.
Yeah.
No, apparently it's supposed to be a really, really good film, Scarface, and I'm looking forward to that now. It gives me a reason to actually sit down and watch it.
I found a movie today on DVD, and I scanned it in, and it's only about £1.50 trading, but it's like £6 that CX are charging for it. A Studio Canal release that is 2006, and for CEX to charge £6 for something, it either means it's good or it's rare. And I've not seen it yet. We could always put it on the wheel, but it says "Wanted Dead or Alive" and it's Bandidas. Is it? Is that the correct name for it? Let me just try and put some light in here.
So Movie Mads, just while Steve's messing about there, Movie Mads put Soldier with Kurt Russell is great. I really love that film. I think that's really great. It is a good film.
Selma Hayek and Penelope Cruz.
Okay.
Now, is it AJ that's a fan of Selma Hayek? Someone we spoke to, or Penelope? I think it's Selma Hayek. I think, but
I think you'd be hard pressed to find a man that's not a fan of Selma Hayek.
That's true. Yeah. But yeah, I was like, okay, this is it says here, 1880, the lawless Wild West stretches into Mexico. Looks like two badass women, if I'm honest.
Okay, well, we'll put that on the wheel.
Bandadas.
Is it supposed to be like...
Wow. Right. Movie Mad got 18 Blu-rays in a charity shop. Nice one.
See, nice one. We've sort of gone back to looking at charity shops. You know, when we came away from reselling, we sort of stopped going in there and we realised how expensive they all were and stuff like that. And obviously I've got rid of my physical media collection now. Yeah. But we have started going into the charity shops again and having a look, and there isn't many shops now that do Blu-ray. There's shelves and shelves of DVDs, but no Blu-ray. So I don't know if they're getting traded in or being sold online or what. But
I got two good ones this week. Which I've put. I think have I put them away already, or are they in here? No, they're in here. I got a couple.
Is that your pickups? Is it?
No, not all of these. I've been moving stuff about. Yeah, I've been moving stuff about. But yeah, I went into a charity shop and I picked up the Replacement Killers, which it's always one of those old style Blu-rays where it says PlayStation 3 compatible. And in the same one, I got the director's cut of Hollow Man. Now, I do have this already, but this was one of the more expensive ones because what they've started doing is charging.
Just to cut you off there, Movie Man said he's paid £2 each for all new titles, and he's put Oppenheimer.
Really?
Oppenheimer £2 in a charity shop.
Nice.
Go on, Steve. Very Hollow nice. Man. Kevin Bacon's Hollow Man, or the
Kevin Bacon.
Second one.
No, Kevin Bacon's. But I have already got it. Anyway, it's just they were £2 each, and I was like, I'm not leaving them. But I think if I remember rightly, that's like £5 trading anyway. And that one I think is about £8 trading, but I need that. I've got the Hollow Man box set, so I don't particularly need the Hollow Man. So I'm just going to double check that this one's a director's cut on this. Yeah, it is. But because they were sort of the retro style PlayStation 3 compatible ones, I was like, I'm picking them both up because they'll be worth something. And as I say, I've got home and scanned it, and it is. But yeah, one of my local charity shops. I've been in a couple of times recently, and he's like, I've said, have you got any new DVDs or anything? He's like, not really. It might be in those boxes over there, and they've literally got a wall full of boxes that were, I think they were sending them off to sort of weigh them in because they're not putting them out. There's too many of them. So I went through and picked out a load of stuff the other day, got a deal on it for about £8. Two of which were these two, which was the Star Wars Phantom Menace on PlayStation and Independence Day, the game on PlayStation. A load of Nintendo Wii Mario games, and some movies and stuff. Charged me like £8 for them. Anyway, I went into CEX with the Wii games and got £60 back trade in. So I've put an order in on. I had about £100 worth of trading. So I've put an order in with CEX. So I'm going to wait for those to be delivered now. I've got an Arrow box set coming and a TV box set. The TV box set was £80. So it's not worked out too badly, considering it's probably about, all in all, I probably spent about £15 from charity shops and got £100 back.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Not bad at all.
No,
it's not. Monkey, this cup's several years old now, but I got a grumpy one, and this was Lana's one, and my grumpy one broke.
Oh, did it? So you've now nicked Lana's cup?
It's too big for her. She doesn't like big cups.
Right.
So that's why all my cups are huge, like my Star Trek one and stuff like that. So she doesn't steal them. Speaking
of Star Trek, I don't know if it's still going to be in there, but I saw Star Trek the Interactive board game today.
Ah, right. The Klingon one, or the Starfleet one, or the Romulan one?
Well, it's like a Next Generation.
Right, okay. One. Starfleet one.
Is it Starfleet one, is it?
Yeah, they did the Klingon one as well, where it was like Galron taking you through the game. It's sort of like atmosphere type of.
Yeah, that's what it sort of looked like.
Yeah. I tell you one of the hardest things I've ever played is that Star Trek Seen It.
Oh, right, yeah.
And I thought to myself, how hard can the questions be on Star Trek? You know, and especially I like my Star Trek, as you know. And the first question was in episode 6, season 4, 3.5 minutes in, which character took a shit? Yeah, it was like, right, okay.
And you didn't know that one?
I didn't know that one, no. And then the second question I did know which was the only time that we've ever seen a working toilet in Star Trek.
Wow, that's a question, isn't it?
Do you know?
No.
Star Trek 5: Final Frontier. Kirk sits on one when he's in prison. In the brig.
It's on a toilet. That's big news.
It pops out of the wall.
The Star Trek world.
Yeah. Sorry, let me just read what Monkey's put here. How is your Funko collection going, Big Steve? How many are you up to now? See, I work on a sort of, I've got to work at the moment in a one in and one out policy. Because I haven't.
Is that what you're telling her?
Well, I haven't really got much space left now because all up there is full. And then all my shelves behind me is full. What was the most recent one I got? Let me go and get them. Destro and Red Ninja. These are the most recent ones. So these are the most recent ones that I've picked up. I've picked up Yelena from Attack on Titan. So I've bumped into do you know Whatnot, Steve? That little app that we're trying to avoid.
Oh, I've heard about that. Yeah.
I was at Runcorn Car Boot Sale last weekend, and I bumped into Jackson and Shaw. Do you know the pop seller on Whatnot?
Yeah.
So I bought Yelena off him, And as you know, I'm halfway through a G.I. Joe collection. I've got about 11 of them now. And I picked up the Red Ninja from G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
And the Series 1 release of Destro.
Okay.
So, yeah, I picked them up. The boxes were a bit battered and bruised. But with them sitting on top of the wardrobe and out the way, you can't really see them. But I did also pick up another Halo pop. But it turns out I already had it. Alana was like, "No, you've already got that one," and I haven't, and I'd already got it.
Brilliant.
So, yeah. What's he sent me on Messenger? Okay, what's he got here then? Resident Evil Dead Island, The Three Musketeers,
Yeah.
The Last Rifleman, The Lineup, Asteroid City.
I want to watch that Asteroid City. That looks good, that.
Murder by Contract. Is that The Blackening? I can't see that, the lights on it. The Fablesman, Pearl, Talk to Me.
Wow.
The Bloody Judge, The Haunted Mansion, The Great Escaper, Oppenheimer, Jester.
No. Not a chance.
Reinfeld and Children of the Corn.
What, is that an Arrow release of Children of the Corn? Does it have the
No.
Arrow thing on the side?
Is it Vertigo? Vertigo releasing.
Wow.
And then he's got a couple. He's got 88 films. Release of the Bloody Judge. What's the one with the blue date? The blue circle with the big D on it.
Oh. It's Deezer, in it? No. Yeah, is it Dazzler?
Yeah, well, he's got the Jester, The Last Rifleman, and I can't see.
Wow, what a score that is! That's amazing.
Yeah,
I bet they're like, yeah, £2 each. I bet it was like, yeah, no problem. Here we go.
I'll take all of them.
Wow. I need to pick up that Asteroid City. I think the cheapest I saw it was HMV at about £8. Speaking of pickups, I was watching another collector earlier on, a guy that I think he's in Mansfield or somewhere. Not seen him before, but I started watching him a few weeks back, and he'd been into, I want to say, B&M, and you know the Q figures, the Q figs.
Yeah,
he picked up one of those, but it was the Rocketeer.
Oh yes, that looks amazing. Ash, the Evil Dead Ash looks great as well.
What, is there an Evil Dead Ash as well?
There's an Evil Dead Ash. They've got them in that.
Ours isn't big enough to have these things in. I'm telling you.
They've got one here in they've got them in Ellesmere Port here. What were the ones that they had? Because I was looking at them. They had the Predator one. They had Black Panther. Thingy from Big Trouble Little China. Jack Burton.
Oh yeah.
They had Jack Burton. So they had a couple there. The Q fix, Steve. Next time I go in, I'll take some photos and I'll send them to you.
Yeah, the Rocketeer one looks good.
But the only
it's got like an American flag on it and everything.
The only thing is now with Whatnot is because you can see the people that have just gone to B&M and just raided the shelves in B&M. So if I wanted to buy it, I'll go to B&M and search for them.
Yeah.
That's the problem with the people buying these Marvel Diamond Select figurines.
Yeah.
Because that's where I know people are getting them from.
Yeah, that's what you sort of up against, isn't it?
Yeah. So I might as well just go and get them from there or search them. But then Whatnot's so handy because people might have the ones that I'm after.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I get it. Oh yeah, I saw the video earlier on. I was like, I need to ask Steve because obviously you have bigger ones around your end. Yeah, because you've got that little Big Trouble in Little China one on Amazon at 15 quid.
Mm.
I can't see them being that price in B&M though, are they?
No, they're not 15 quid.
Yeah, because there's a few of them that like HMV Online have got for 9 quid.
Where's my B&M app? Here we go. Yes, ladies and gents, I have got the B&M app.
Have you really?
B&M app.
Nice.
Figs.
I'll tell you what, there's a good Buzz and Woody one. I've never seen that one before. That's on that's just online on the Toys and Geeks, but it's Buzz and Woody flying. It's pretty cool.
Where are they?
Just to entertain yourself, anybody who's still left in here. We're just busy shopping at the minute.
Right, yeah. So I don't know the thing with the collection of the Funko Pops for me. Like I say, I've got limited space.
Yeah.
I know I've got a whole wall there behind the telly that needs something going on, but I'm trying to talk Lana into letting me put the old grill from the Mini up there. Yeah.
Sorry, you want to put the old grill from the Mini up on the wall?
Yeah, with the
Why don't you just chop half the car off and just make it into like a storage unit?
I do need a new front end. I need 2 new front panels for the Mini. So I might do that, do you know, when I take the nose off and I can put the nose up with the grill above the door.
Yeah.
With the license plate. I think that will look really, really cool in this room, but she won't let me do it.
She'll absolutely love it.
She won't let me do it. Because I've replaced the chrome grill with a black one. And then and that looks kind of cool. I like that. But that yeah. However, I've got a flipping crack on my windscreen on Biggie, and I don't know where that's come from.
Well, it'll be a stone, I would imagine.
Well, it's come from the top right the way down, and it doesn't look like there's an impact mark anywhere.
Oh, fuck.
So, yeah, I don't know how that's happened, but fucking dodgy people on roundabouts probably threw a stone at my car.
That's exactly what it was. You were that annoyed that you were ranting. Was you in the big car or the small car at the time?
See, you say that, Monkey, about the Funko sodas. Now, I don't know if you can see the shelf there.
You put the sodas behind, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got a few Funko sodas, and the cans are behind the figures, and then I've got the Hulk Gladiator one here, who's stood on the can. But I don't know. I just don't like the figures. Some of them look really. Some of them look really, really cool, like Pogo does from the Umbrella Academy, and Mumra. But then, like I say, Master Chief doesn't look great. He doesn't look great. But then I'm not a big fan of the Funko Rewinds either. I know you've got a couple of the Rewinds, haven't you? The blockbuster ones.
Yeah.
What's your view, Steve? Because you've got a couple of.
I think they're a little bit more detailed, the ones that I've got. But yeah, I mean, it's just another collectible, really. It's just anything that's sort of Back to the Future. I'll try and get hold of, really. Yeah, I've got no. I mean, NECA's always going to be my favorite when it comes to characters and stuff, but yeah, they're a little bit of fun. But it just, like you say, it does take up space quite quickly. Soda cans aren't too bad, but if you want to display them, then like you say, with yours there, you got the can behind, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I haven't got rid of the cans. you know, and I'm starting to keep me Funkos in boxes wherever I can. Like I say, some of these Destiny ones here. I picked up Oryx the other day, and he's quite hard to find, but he was in the car boot sale.
Oh, right, cool.
So I picked up Oryx the other day. I'd like to have him in a box. Crota is an expensive one to find. Is offspring. But like I say, I've got Cade still in the box. He's vaulted now, so that's quite an interesting one to try and get. The sweeper bot, I've got Dominus Gall still in the box. I would like to have a few more, but like I say, it's just having the spaces for the box. But then finding the Stranger, the numbskull statue of the Stranger. Maybe to go off on a bit of a tangent here about Destiny. But I found the Stranger, the numbskull statue from the Forsaken box. Was it the Forsaken box set? No.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, but you can get the Drifter and a few of the other ones where I need to find them now as well, because that's where I'm going. You see, I'm going for the better looking statues now instead of the figures.
Yeah, you said that, yeah.
That's the Weapon X that I've got there and stuff. And I think they do look better on the shelves, to be fair.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And then when I need money, I'll sell the alien. Aye. He's not biting.
Pat's in. No.
Hi, Pat. Yeah, I just said that when I need more money for the statues, I'll sell the alien.
No, I know, and I'm not biting. not having it. You're stuck with that.
I'm intrigued now. I'm intrigued now about everyone's collections. So we're on Facebook on Movie Chats and Film Geeks. Go and start a thread and show us your collections on the page, because I do like to see what other people have got and where they're up to with theirs. With Transformers, have sort of come to a standstill though at the moment. I'm finding it really hard to get good quality Transformers that aren't the third party ones.
What were the ones that Chris has got?
On his whatnot.
Yeah.
They're the little figures that don't transform.
Okay.
So they just stand up. They are cool when you see them, but they don't transform. Not that any of these get transformed on a regular basis. But I'm finding it really difficult to get good quality original Transformers. I think people just know what they're worth now.
Yeah, quite possibly. Plus, it's probably harder to get hold of now. You know, they're in good condition anyway. I was watching. I was watching one of the YouTubers earlier on. They were going through HMV because they'd gone to pick up some bits in HMV, and they were going on about all these different collectibles that they now sell in HMV and stuff. And it's like, well, if he keeps them on the high street, then good luck to him, sort of thing. But for me, I'd rather go in there and just have walls of media. But it's obviously where the money's being made.
I don't know if the pop culture stuff is keeping HMV on the high street, because I'm sure that box of Grogu that you put your fingers all over when you were last in there is probably still there covered in dust.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think they're shifting a lot of the pop culture stuff, unless it's the anime stuff. The anime stuff is flying out.
I mean, I would imagine there's higher margins on it, isn't there? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I bet there's a few bits that are selling. But yeah, it's just for me. I'd rather have walls and walls of media, and But if it keeps them there, it keeps them there, doesn't it? Hey, Anthony, yo.
Evening, Gil.
Thanks for joining us, buddy. Right, I got a robot winch truck.
Oh, okay. from HMV?
I don't know. Movie Mad said I got a robot winch truck.
Yeah. I'm reading the comment.
Not quite a transformer. All right, okay.
All right, okay, yeah. Because
that's him switched off again, mate. That's.
I picked up Devastator the other day. G1 Devastator. It's missing the connection.
Saying that your Transformers have slowed down.
Yeah, it's missing the connections bit, so they're all out separate. But
right, okay.
Trying to find them when they've actually still got the sticker transfers and stuff like that, and
yeah,
it's getting too hard to try and find, and even James up at Starbase is struggling to find good ones for me.
Movie Mad said, no, sorry, for my Christmas 1985, still got it. Wow.
Oh, right, okay.
You've got some loving parents there that didn't want to chuck your stuff out. That's for sure.
What have you missed, Gil? We've talked about Soldier. Me and Gil were having a good conversation about Soldier yesterday at trampolining.
Oh, fair enough.
We've talked movie news. Believe it or not, he's not a Crow fan.
Okay, you can't save them all, I suppose.
No.
That's bad.
And we've talked about the Oscars.
So what's his opinion on the Crow then? Why is he not a fan of the Crow?
Well, because he watched it when he was 30 for the first time, and it hasn't aged well.
Right, there is that, I suppose.
Gil collects like Power Rangers and what was the other one? Gundams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We do talk quite a bit about figures and stuff. Not that either of us have got a figure worth talking about.
Steve, it's the third time we've had this conversation, and you're still going on about your Transforming collection.
Yeah, the like I say, I'm still waiting for you to give me a price on that Halo stuff.
Oh, you're still here, still down here, just waiting to go through.
Yeah, but, I just need the price now, Steve. Just hurry up.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, what have we got? Oh, here we go. Oh, I know what they are. Yeah, I remember them.
All right, okay.
Yeah, it's a red Toyota Hilux.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember them.
You know that is it Ghost the collectors one that we're in the that Facebook group where I want to say it says Ghostbusters, but it's something else. It says something like toy collectors,
toys and collectibles.
That's the one. Ghostbusters. Yeah. I knew it had that in the title. There's so many of those things on there where you're like, I've not seen that in years. There was one earlier somebody put a post on. So, because I'm sure obviously people are putting stuff on there to sell, aren't they?
Yeah.
Some of the stuff I hadn't seen in a long time. Really, really good stuff. But it's like some of the toys. You look at it and you go, "Wow, I forgot that one existed." Voltron. There's a Voltron legs or something on there as well. Just seen. DL. I'm trying to think.
Gil, did you have the red Coke can or the Diet Coke can? Because the Diet Coke can's worth a lot of money now.
Oh yeah, yes, the Transforming Coke can. Yeah,
the Diet Coke can's worth quite a bit if you've got one of them.
Is it really? I think I might have the red one, somewhere. I think I picked that up and unlocked that a couple of years ago.
Red one, yeah. Yeah. I like to say I've gone through a stage of finding these McDonald's Transformers. Do you know, there's the milkshake.
Oh, that one. Yeah. I've got a few of them myself.
I've got the fries somewhere. There you go. There's the fries. So, yeah, I've gone through the stage of finding them again.
So, which ones are you missing then?
So,
like a hot dog.
The chicken nuggets and
yeah.
Which one turns into the car? What was it? Was it the hamburger that turned into a car?
I think so, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a hamburger.
Yeah. What now? So if you've got any good Transformers or anything like that, then please let me know if you're looking at selling any, and I'll give you a quotation and a fair price on them.
Say what, I'd like to get hold of some Visionaries.
Oh,
the Visionaries,
yes.
And then what are the other ones where they're like completely holographic on the front? What are them ones?
Supernaturals or something, weren't they?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Where they were like native Indians, and they open them up and they were all hologram.
Yeah, just like top to bottom hologram. Yeah.
Yeah. Me now through a load of old toys. Yeah. I think that's the problem. Do you know when your mum says, right, go up in the loft and empty all your stuff out when you were about 20, and you sell all like your Manta Force stuff and all that, and then all of a sudden you want them back then, or they're worth quite a bit. So you're like, right, I could go on holiday selling them, and then you go and get them, and they're not there.
See, the charity shop, when you've got like an older couple or something turn up, and you're like, right, this is either going to be books, it's going to be like plates or cups and stuff like that, or it might just be a box of toys that's been thrown away that they've had for years, and I'm sort of like, come on, please be that. It doesn't very rarely happens, but there has been a couple recently where I've gone and had a look, and there's some bits in there that are like, wow, these are from the 90s.
Monkey, be careful with the milkshake. It brings the boys to the yard. Have you ever heard of the Little Vampire? Yes, I have. Gil, yeah. That used to be on in the 90s, didn't it? The Little Vampire.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I'm not. I remember the name, but I'm not massively familiar with the program.
There was toys to it in the coffin that transformed into a car. Oh wow!
Wow.
Yeah. So I did say to Gil that if we're ever about on the weekend or whatever, I'll take him up to go to James's new shop, because he with it being in Birkenhead now. It's easy accessible to him. So I might have to throw Jesse into training one weekend, and I'll take him up.
Brilliant.
My dad gave away the Sky Electric Capri. Oh, bloody hell. See, Sky Electrics are making a comeback, aren't they? They're all in game and stuff like that. And some of the cars on them, what was the one that I saw the other day? It was like a RoboCop set. So it was like RoboCop in the car and a villain. And then you've got Batman and Joker, I think was another one.
Yeah.
Some of the sets that you've got for these Sky Electric cars now. Defo do it on a Saturday. Yeah, I will. I'll throw Jesse into training on a Saturday, mate, and I'll take you to the toy shop. I'm sure Andy will give you half an hour free. Yeah. I was going to say I might even bring Teddy up to come and see you, but I don't think we'll both fit in Teddy. I want the Blackbird from X-Men. Yeah. That's quite cheap now. Back
to the Future versus Kit looks. I think I've seen that one. Back to the Future versus Kit. I think I've seen that Sky Electric.
Yeah, that box set with the Blackbird's not that expensive now. Don't go to trade in Birkenhead. They still want 80 quid for it, and it's not 80 quid's worth a set.
Oh, Sky Electric. Are we still talking about Sky Electric?
No, talking Transformers. There's a shop in Birkenhead, which is quite good trade and play. You get some really rare pieces in there, but then you get some really common stuff. But it's one of these places that don't change the prices. You know, if Game drops something from 80 quid to 50 quid, they'll still have it for 80 quid. So
I mean, they're not buying it on the same level as them, though, are they? So
no,
chances are they're probably not profiting from them.
But then when they're going into Game and buying it for 50 quid and then putting 80 quid price tag on it, then you're gonna go and find it in another game, aren't you?
Yeah, that's true.
Don't get me wrong, though. I did get a couple of good pieces from there. Where's he hiding? Oh, where's he gone? Oh, he's part of Skylinks. That's why I can't see him. He's up there.
Okay.
There's a transformer that I was after, and they managed to have him in there. And then there was Sandstorm. I got him from there, and I got Springer as well.
Yeah.
But like I say, you can't find them anywhere. So on the odd occasion, they do have some really built-in figures, but
fair enough.
I'm just not at that price point that they're at with them. That's where I sent you the. Do you know we were talking a couple of months ago that you wanted the Die Hard Tower?
Oh yeah.
I saw it that weekend and took the picture of it. That's where that was for like 200 quid.
Wow, yeah. The Nakatomi the Nakatomi one. It would came. Well, I think if I remember rightly, it came with a like limited edition DVD or Blu-ray set or something. I say limited edition. I mean, you're talking probably 200 quid worth of set, something daft like that. So, but it would have been nice. Just well out of my range at the minute. That I think.
Yeah, but Lana loves it. We go into trade and play, don't you, babe? When we go into that trade and play in Birkenhead.
I hate it.
You love it, don't you?
I hate it.
Yeah, we're in there for hours. Having a good.
Is it like shopping in TK Maxx with Andrew? Is it?
Yeah. I'm in there looking at all the glass cabinets and stuff like that, but
it's all too expensive.
Yeah, she just said it's all too expensive. I'm in there looking at all the glass cabinets though, trying to find figures that I've not seen, but they've got some classic wrestling figures in there, but they're too expensive for single piece figures. If you were going to buy them as a sort of like a set, then it'll be worth the money, but they're not. Have you seen the Avengers Special Edition Blu-ray sets? Little Steve, I think you've got a couple of them, haven't you? The Avengers Blu-ray sets.
No, but well, I've only got the 4K little box set. There's just a standard 4K. Well, I say standard 4K one. That's a nice one, but that goes up to Infinity War, and then I've got the Endgame separately. But there is a couple that have been out. I've got the 4K one, so everything I had, you've got like the different phases of Marvel and stuff. I traded all of those in because I've got them all anyway. So yeah, it's with the Marvel stuff, it's an expensive habit for something that really sort of died off a couple of years back. Apart from a few shows, nothing really come out recently that's been blown away. Apart from maybe Guardians, isn't it?
But the shows that you've started to collect now, though, haven't you?
Oh, mate. Well, if you'd have let me have a rant today, that would have been probably one of them.
Oh, there we go. Hang on, this can be arranged. 2 seconds.
It can be arranged. Okay, cool. So, my rant this week, while we've still got 3 people here, is there's obviously released the 12th, I think it was. The 12th, they've released the new Steelbooks announcements for, I want to say like May and June predominantly, which is Andor, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Obi-Wan, which obviously I'm stoked about, and Moon Knight. So
I could take all of them or leave all of them.
Now, so when they did the first lot, I got WandaVision, which finally turned up a couple of weeks ago. I wish I'd gone for Mandalorian as well, but it was a lot of money that was supposed to be coming out at Christmas. And I was like, I'm not having 200 quid go out of my account at Christmas. So by the time they sort of came out with the dates, Mandalorian Series 1 had sold out. So I'm I'm hoping they bring them out after the Steelbooks. They bring them out as basic releases on 4K. But if they don't, then I'm gonna have to try and source that. Same as when they did with Loki, didn't they? They brought out the series of Loki as well. The first stage of these Steelbooks.
Yeah.
But what's frustrating about this is that as a collector, they're not really sort of helping you out, because you're talking about within a space of a month and a half, they're all coming out at the same time. So it's a lot of money just to go out of your account over the space of sort of 30 to 60 days.
Yeah.
Especially when 3 of them are 45 quid each, and Andor for some reason is 50 or it's 49.99. It makes 0 sense whatsoever.
Is that because you get a special Rebel postcard?
I've got no idea, mate, but an extra £5 on it is ridiculous.
Yeah,
it really is. But I've pre-ordered today. I've pre-ordered Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Obi-Wan. I had been waiting for it to drop onto Amazon, but I've got no idea why. But a few days down the line, it's on Zavvi and it's on HMV. And the only reason for that was to keep my pre-orders with the same company, really, because I've got the Crow on pre-order from Amazon. But yeah, it's just the fact that they could have done it like within like one a month or something, and just spread them out over 3 or 4 months, and it would have been a little bit easier. But these things are expensive, man. I mean, you're talking potentially between the whole lot of them, you'll have spent about 400 quid.
Yeah.
With the original, with the ones at Christmas, and then these ones. Yeah, it's like 400 quid for essentially eight series.
So we've been lobbying for a while for these series to be released into physical media, and then all of a sudden physical media dumped everything on
limited edition.
All in one go.
Yeah, they've just shut them out. But if I knew for a fact that like Mandalorian was going to get a 4K normal release at 20 odd quid, I wouldn't be too bothered about it, and I'm hoping somewhere down the line they do that, because it doesn't. But these, don't get me wrong, it's like the Moon Knight one. The Moon Knight Steelbook looks really nice. I haven't got through to watching that program yet, and I don't particularly feel comfortable spending 45 quid on something that I may or may not like. Winter Soldier, I enjoyed that.
I didn't enjoy Moon Knight. I got a couple of episodes in, and I preferred, and again, this is going to be controversial when I say this, but I preferred She-Hulk over Moon Knight. Endor, I can leave Endor. I can't believe we've watched 4 episodes of him building TIE Interceptor wings, and no one knew what they were building. Just hurry up and get him to the point where he dies in Rogue One. You've then got, what were the other ones? Obi-Wan again. Obi-Wan, probably 3-4 episodes in the whole series that were worth it.
Well, I've got to have that as part of the Skywalker saga, really.
Yeah, but 5 episodes to build up to the Darth Vader fight. And although that was great, it was a great 30 seconds worth of entertainment, the Darth Vader fight, but it was over too quick for me. But you knew both characters survived that fight. There was no jeopardy in it at all, because they both survived.
Yeah.
This is why I'm waiting for Bad Batch to finish, and I'm trying to avoid all the spoilers regarding Bad Batch, because at some point those clone troopers have got to die off, because they're not mentioned anywhere else in Star Wars lore or anything like that, so they've got to die.
Yeah.
So it'll be how they sign those troopers off, which will be the good thing for me. Winter Soldier and Falcon could have been a film. It was probably more suited to be a film than a 8-part, 6-part series.
I do believe, though, it was. It was one of the best. Like I say, that and WandaVision, that got off to a flying start. Like literally, oh, these are pretty good series. And then after that, I just lost interest with quite a few of them. I mean, I've enjoyed Loki series 1 and 2. But some of the others, it's just I've got no interest in watching.
But Winter Soldier's not gone anywhere. Falcon and Winter Soldier's not progressed anything.
No, it hasn't. I know what you're saying there, but it was a decent enough series.
Yeah, but like you say, Wanda went into multiverse and then ended up in the Marvels. Ms. Marvel's obviously ended up in the Marvels. Loki's ended up at the end of Ant-Man and starting a new story off the Loki season 2. Starting off the new series, the new story. Hawkeye, again, Hawkeye's another one that hasn't gone anywhere, but it's brought back. Brought Echo into the fold. It brought Kingpin back, which was obviously the lead in for Daredevil. And then She-Hulk's brought Bruce Banner back as and the Hulk has or introduced us to Scar as well as Daredevil. So those series are leading into somewhere. The only one that hasn't led into anything is the Winter Soldier and Falcon. And I don't know if we're going to be in any rush to see Falcon's version of Captain America on the big screen. I've not seen anywhere where they're introducing him as that.
Do you think at this point though would you need like a second series to
of Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Yeah, to sort of refresh people. If they were going to start chucking any of those characters into a new movie, do you think they would have to sort of do another series just to sort of get people back into it? Or do you think they'd just go, yeah, do you remember that like 3 years ago?
I think that's what will happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
What would the bad guys called? Was it the World Beaters or World?
Oh yeah, something like that. Yeah. I say it's been a long time since I watched it, and I'm looking forward to watching it again.
We've moved on from the blip, so far on from the blip. No one's even mentioned the blip or Thanos in the last couple of films. You know.
Yeah.
The only one to really do it was Ant-Man because obviously he got caught up in it, didn't he, and stuff like that. So what's Gilboy saying here? Obi-Wan was shit. We knew he was never going to get caught. So yeah, dispenseful and never built up to anything. Yeah, totally agree. That's what I'm saying. The worst part about Obi-Wan for me is that they tied in the young Princess Leia character, because the whole Obi-Wan, you're my only hope, you saved my father during the Clone Wars. It was that she didn't know who he was. You know, it's not, but now she knows who he is. So what's happened to her in that? Because what, he's 17 by A New Hope?
Something like that, yeah.
So she was.
I mean, the thing is I was just giddy seeing Vader and Obi-Wan go at it again.
8 or 10. So she was 8 or 10 in Obi-Wan, and then she's meant to be 17 in A New Hope. So between that 7 years, how she forgot Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I say for me, I was just happy that I got to see him go at it again, because it is by far one of the most epic battles between Obi-Wan and Anakin, or Darth Vader as he was. You know, so to see them sort of go at it again there was a certain element of satisfaction just seeing that, really, for me. You knew that it was never going to go anywhere.
Do you know what would have been the better fight to put into live action? The fight between Obi-Wan and Maul at the end of Rebels. Because that was sort of like a good fight, because Obi-Wan just comes out of nowhere, and it was just like Ezra's getting chased down by Maul, and Obi-Wan comes out and he just goes, "You go now. This is my fight." Maul and Obi-Wan go at it. That would have been the better live action scene than Obi-Wan jumping over a load of rocket fuel, TIE fighter fuel, and it goes up and breaks right up.
You
know.
Yeah, fair enough. I understand. Right, buddy, are we looking at knocking it on the head? It's past your bedtime.
Yeah, but we were talking.
Okay, carry on. I'm not bothered. I'm just looking. I was just looking at the clock, thinking Steve's going to turn into a pumpkin. But then, having saying that, you've had a couple of late nights recently, haven't you?
I have had a couple of late nights, and that was because Chris wasn't fucking want us buy his appreciation early enough or whatnot.
Well, you tend to find with whatnot that them things are done at the back end of a show, Steve.
Yeah, but I never won, so I could have went to bed and still got some beauty sleep. Have you ever seen the fan-made old Obi versus Vader? I've seen a couple of them of different things, and some of the fan-made stuff that I've seen recently is better production than something like Paramount or
yeah, I know what you mean with that.
You know, some of the things that you see, I'm mesmerized because there's someone's playing a game across the car park there on the big telly, and all I see, do you know when you used to turn on like the original Xbox and you got that big like green swirl?
Yeah.
They must be playing on the original Xbox because that's what keeps loading up, but because it's dead bright, you've got a big TV and it's dead bright, and then that's all I'm catching in my highlight.
No way.
So, yeah, what the fan Halo stuff as well, the fan made Halo stuff about the ODSTs, that's brilliant. You know, go and watch some of that, and the fan made Warhammer stuff. My God, the animation on that is superb as well. But yeah, I'll find it and send it over to you. Yeah, I'll have to have a look, mate. I'll have to have a look and give it a watch. Not a fan. You're not a fan of Halo. Fuck off.
That's just ruined your evening, that now, isn't it?
Yeah, I totally agree with you there, though, mate. They do need a live action version of Gears of War. Steve, how often have I lobbied for a live action Gears of War?
He has. He's an advocate for Gears of War live.
Mm-hmm.
Not the stage show though. A proper production.
Don't do musicals. You stop fucking ruining my life with musicals. The other day when you and Chris were sending me musical versions of The Predator.
I'm telling you, if by some stroke of miracle I outlast you, Steve, there's going to be a copy of The Greatest Showman in your fucking coffin.
There fucking won't be.
You're not going to do much about it, are you? I've been holding on to this for years.
I'm going to
remember DVD.
I'll fucking haunt you. You know, I'll haunt you. I'll be stood over your deathbed as a Force ghost.
Oh, fucking hell. The music coming in will be The Greatest Showman, and the music going out will be The Greatest Showman. I was like, he really loved it.
This is me.
He loved this.
Getting carried out.
Yeah.
No, you're not doing it.
Me.
I'll haunt you. I'll haunt you to your last dying breath, you little prick.
Oh, fucking hell. I've got about last now just for that. Be well worth it.
I hate it when Chris plays it on Whatnot because it seems to get louder and louder, and then he goes.
I'm sure he's in the background setting it up.
If anyone that doesn't know me, they're gonna think that I like The Greatest Showman. It's like,
although I think I'm getting used to his playlist now on there. To be fair.
Well, I commented the other day, didn't I? I never thought I'd get bored of listening to 80s cartoons theme tunes, but I am. When Mask comes on or Ulysses or something like that now, I no longer get excited.
He's ruined it for you.
It's ruined it. He's got to change his playlist. Chris, if you're listening, give me your Spotify playlist for an hour and let me change it up. I think that's what you do. I think you play a movie chats themed playlist that me and Steve have made for your next Whatnot show.
That would be brilliant.
Oh, I forgot Gilboy's the PlayStation fiend.
All right.
Oh, your PlayStation as well, aren't you?
Yeah. I much prefer. I've had both consoles over the year. The only one I haven't picked up is the latest Xbox. Other than that, I've had them all, pretty much.
Yeah, SWAT Cats. There you go. Give me a live action SWAT Cats. Or even better yet, a live action Samurai Pizza Cats. That'll be brilliant. The Samurai Pizza Cats versus the Crows.
Is that quiz where you were the only one that actually knew that one? What the bloody hell that was?
How did you not know the Samurai Pizza Cats?
I can't remember them, honestly. Cannot remember them.
We just must have had different taste in cartoons apart from X-Men and Mask.
Oh yeah, Mask, definitely. See, X-Men was another one. I nearly pulled the trigger on that the other day. It was like 50 quid on CEX, and I was like, do I get it? Don't I get it? Because I had these vouchers to spend, and in the end, I ended up getting something else. But I was umming and ahhing because it was like series 1 to... Was it 1 to 4? Something like that you've got?
The box sets I've got.
Yeah, but it was like a one set of the whole lot of them.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's pretty rare, but I'll hold off.
Well, you're hoping I'm going to post you these ones.
Eventually, when Lana tells you you've got to get rid of them, then I'll get them off you.
To be fair, I haven't really got much in the way of physical media. I've got the X-Men, I've got Thundercats, I've got Transformers. The first season of Buck Rogers because it wasn't worth buying the second season because I didn't enjoy the second season.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Then I've got the original Battlestar Galactica, Band of Brothers, and then all of Attack on Titan. And I'm just waiting for the Attack on Titan final season part 3 to be released.
I'll put my Stingray box next to me Thunderbirds now, so that's up there. I'm getting there. I've got a fair few different ones.
Live action Captain Planet. Did you see the fan made live action Captain Planet with Don Cheadle?
Oh, I'd love that. Planet? I'd love that, Gilboy. Jason the World Warriors would be amazing.
Oh yeah, but again, that's got a brilliant soundtrack, a brilliant theme tune, but it's not on Chris's Whatnot. Which when I hear it, wheels keep on turning, we keep on burning, and Wheel Warriors. That is a brilliant soundtrack, and I still like it. But like you say, I've been watching the whole of Ulysses 31, and then listening to it every week on Chris's Whatnot. I've just lost interest in that theme tune now.
Do you know what? That might actually be one I need to speak to one of AJ's mates about, Jason with Warriors, because you can get an American version of it. And I can't imagine. I mean, I know they played it like religiously all the time, but I can't imagine that it being a big box set.
Well, I've got the number for one of them.
But I can't see that being... Let me just have a look, see if it tells you how many discs is on it. I can't see that being like a...
Only 2 series?
Maybe. But that was brilliant, that was. The complete series. I might have only been one, Because don't forget, back in those days, your series weren't like... Yeah, one season.
One season. Was it like 20 episodes?
Well, you say that. No. That can't be right. These things premiered like every day. Like from the 16th of September, 1985, until the 16th of December. There was 65 episodes.
In one series. That's probably why I thought it was 2 series if so many episodes.
Yeah. It says it's one series, but it's 65 episodes. Mind you, they were only about half an hour long, weren't they? They weren't like long.
Yeah, but even then they Transformers were only half an hour long, and there was only like 30 episodes a season in that. Well, the first season wasn't even 30 episodes. It got bigger in season 2.
Yeah.
I tell you a series that, like say, Jason the World Warriors, Ulysses, and GoBots. I would love to find GoBots on a series. On
I'll tell you what I want on a series: Brave Star.
Brave Star.
Yeah, Brave Star. Because you've got more like this. It says Mask, Ulysses 31, Visionaries, which obviously I've got up there. Silver Hawks, Centurions, which I'd like to have. I don't have that yet. Mysterious Cities of Gold, I've got up there.
Mm-hmm.
Brave Star, Bionic 6, I don't remember that one.
No.
Thundercats, Voltron, Dogtanian, The Real Ghostbusters.
See, I'm watching Voltron at the moment on Netflix, but it's the new one. It's not the old one.
What's that? What you say?
Voltron.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought you said Voltron.
Yeah, Netflix.
I didn't realize it was on Netflix.
Netflix have got a Medabots. Yeah, Bucky O'Hare. I've got me Bucky O'Hare's down here. I've got me figures. Yeah. Or Turtles. Yeah, you see Turtles. I can. Yeah. Have you watched Turtles recently? The original series of Turtles. I can take that or leave that now. It's like watching He-Man now.
Really?
When you watch He-Man now, you realise how bad it actually fucking was.
I mean, that's another one. I need a UK release of the Turtles, of actually the series themselves, because you can get the odd like DVD here and there, but
with like 4 episodes on or whatever.
Yeah, stuff like that, like Leonardo's best ones and Donatello's best ones, stuff like that. But you don't get the America have got a box set, and we don't, and it's kind of annoying.
Yeah, but when you watch it, this is why, and I'm panicking about putting Thundercats on, because obviously Thundercats was a 5-year-old kid stuck in a teenage body because he's aged and his mind hasn't, and they're teaching him how to be a person, how to be a respectable person, and it's all life lessons. And I'm just worried about watching it. Is it going to actually tint my memory of watching Thundercats?
Yeah,
because ultimately all it was Lion-O was a horny little bastard in a teenage body that fancied his nanny, wasn't he?
Well, when you put it that way,
yeah. I hated He-Man as a kid. Got the film Masters of the Universe with Dolph Lundgren yet on tape. Didn't realise he was He-Man for years.
No way.
But yeah, I like that film. I like Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, it's goofy, isn't it? It's a bit like Flash Gordon. Those sort of movies. There's quite a few of them in the 80s and 90s that were quite similar. But he's not terrible. It's quite got quite a cult following.
Do you know what? I don't know what I'm going to do with this chewing gum. You know,
this what?
Chewing gum.
Don't open it now. If you're going to open it on a video. But I can't bring myself to do it. I just can't. I can't bring myself to open.
Do you know when we next? Do you know when we next do the charity program?
Yeah,
the charity one. I might open it then.
Mate, I just can't. I can't bring myself to open them at all. I can't.
Well, this is 1982. ET chewing gum. It's got 10 cards.
Oh, is it 82? Is it? What have I got?
Yeah,
91 on the T2s. 84 on Supergirl. 1990 on the Turtles. Hook's going to be in the 90s. And then what I will say is the ones that I got from from Gary where they put them in special sort of pack holder things. So, I've got some Superman ones from set of, I think it's number 3, Superman 3 cards, and there might even be one from 2. I think Superman 2, with the Niagara Falls scene. You can't really see it on there, but
they're open. These are still wax sealed.
Yeah, well, this is what I'm saying. What whoever's done it, whether he's got them or somebody else has done it, they've at least sort of took them out and put them in proper protectors.
Yeah. So I don't know. The next time we do a charity video, I might open it if people pay. Because that chewing gum's old. That chewing gum's the same age as me and you.
Yeah, which means it'll taste lovely there, Steve.
Yeah.
For an extra £1, Steve will now digest this.
That'll be like Andrew with onions.
You chop it up and there's like a little bit left. You're like, yeah, I'll have to have this bit.
Yeah. 1 stick of bubble gum.
So the tune, what's he saying? The tune of the Cosmetic Key played was amazing. Yeah, I love Flash. Yeah, it's a great film. Flash Gordon.
Christ, this was 30 cents in 1982. 30 cents.
Robin.
I won that as a giveaway on Whatnot on one of the American streams. So she's actually posted that over from Florida.
Really?
Yeah.
No way. That's cool.
But yeah, I don't know. Love Flash. I enjoyed Flash the film. But I quite like the Defenders of the Earth, so the TV series Defenders of the Earth.
Yeah, well, that's another one I've got in it. Didn't you get the 5-disc set and I got the 7?
Yeah, but I got about 10 quid trading when I traded mine in.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, mine was the rarest one. It was out of stock and I had to wait until it came in. The second it came in, I ordered it. But yeah, this is the more difficult one to find. Let's see what it says. Not that I would be, but I'll be interested to see what it says. 24 quid trading. Out of stock. See, out of stock.
Trade it in, Steve. Trade it in.
No fucking chance.
Trade it in.
No chance.
Trade it in and go and buy Bad Boys on Blu-ray.
I've got Bad Boys on Blu-ray. Thank you very much.
50p. Do you if you like Invincibles, a series I've never seen? It got a good big push, didn't it, on Amazon or one of the
Which one was that?
sites? Incredible. Invincible, sorry. It got a big push on. I think it was Amazon when it first came out, but it was something I never got into. But I think it was because I was watching Gundam at the time. I was watching quite a lot of the Gundam series, so I just didn't want to sort of tie into another series.
I'll tell you what, I like the artwork on it. It looks all right, the artwork. 2 seasons.
Yeah.
2021.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Give it a go. Yeah, I will. I'll give it a watch and stuff like that. Like I say, I'm in Scotland this week for a couple of days, so I'll have to have something to watch while I'm stuck in the hotel room.
Well, that sounds like it's going to be an interesting trip.
Yeah, go up to Scotland for a 1-day meeting and come back.
Oh, brilliant.
So, usually we're up there for a couple of days, aren't we, when I go up? But
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Up there on the Thursday, so I think we'll go up on the Wednesday and then come back down the Thursday night.
Fair enough, mate.
The second season. I hate the way that they do that when they split the seasons over 2 parts.
Yeah.
Is Jess doing league? No, she's not. Jessie's away for the league. And she's away for the second NDP as well. So I think we might jump into the second league later on in the year, but she's not doing this recent one. Sorry, competitions, Steve.
Yep, I figured as much.
I reckon, Gil, me and you come out of retirement and go and do the Veterans League.
You can't do anything these days.
Cardiff and Newcastle. Yeah, Cardiff's the closest one, isn't it? And Newcastle's the one later on in the year. I think we're doing the Newcastle one. I think she's got her eyes on that one. But I did say that's a full weekend of that one. It's not like a drive up to Wigan. Yeah, what do you mean I can't do anything these days? I've only got to survive 30 bounces the whole weekend.
You can't. Unfortunately, you've reached that difficult age now.
Yeah, but
your body's failing you, Steve.
If I can put compression straps on my knees, I reckon my knees will take it.
What sort of flexibility you're going to have when you've got your legs completely bandaged up like a mummy? You're just going to be jumping like that constantly.
Hey, I'm sure I'll be fine.
Right, okay. You do defy gravity, I'll give you that.
Gilboy needs to lose a little bit of weight, but he'll compete again. Yeah, why not? We'll both go on a slim down and get ourselves in one of the competitions. Yeah, we can do move straight. Yeah, that's it. I
watched it was on, I don't know, I think it was on Sky maybe the other day, but we put it on again, which was Blades of Glory. That film is hilarious. It's so funny. They're doing the Lotus. It's brilliant.
I don't know. I was laughing because the kids were dead after last night's training session. When we got to McDonald's, they were both knackered, but they both did really, really well last night. I was proud of the both of them for the working for so hard.
Yeah,
but they're really getting into. Amelia wants to start competing as well, so we'll see how it's going on there. I just got a message here. She was Blade Runner. Ooh, now which Blade Runner? That was because the first one's great, the second one's awful.
What?
I wasn't a big fan of 2049.
Bloody hell, I really enjoyed it.
No, I wasn't a big fan of 2049.
I don't understand you sometimes.
Why?
You're a bit backwards, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
Right. I'm
not. I don't like these. Most of these 30-year-old sequels don't work, and most of these 40-year-old nostalgic pulls on your heartstrings don't work. I saw the latest clip for Frozen Empire, Ghostbusters, and it is what I thought it was going to be. It is it's another nostalgia pull, and I don't.
Of course, it is. I mean, it's basically a license to print money. They're literally going, yeah, people will see this because these are all in it.
Yeah, and I don't like it. Give us a. I know the 2016 is the one that thou shall never be spoken, but
yeah,
at least it tried to be different.
No, it did.
It tried to be. It tried to do something different. You give us a whole new set of Ghostbusters. You give us a whole new storyline, but this one's just a big nostalgia pull. We're back in New York. Oh, we need the Ghostbusters again. Oh, here's Peter Venkman knocking on. Hello, lads, and they're in the bloody firehouse again. It's
right.
Yeah, it's not for me. I enjoyed them all. Yeah, it's not for me. It's not that I'm not going to watch it. But I just don't like these 20-year-old sequels. I think the only one that's really, really worked is Maverick.
Maverick was really good, wasn't it?
I absolutely love it. The first one's brilliant. The Pacific Rim. I think that one's brilliant. Uprising wasn't particularly great, but still had a captioned story, and I did like the sort of continuation about the the stepbrother and stuff like that, and then the Black. It was just called The Black, wasn't Pacific Rim The Black, the cartoon that's on Netflix.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Go and watch that. Go and watch that if you've not seen it. But the first Pacific Rim, what more could you want for? You had giant monsters, big robots, and it was like watching Power Rangers on steroids. It was brilliant. Definitely worth watching if no one has seen them. But if you haven't seen them, I don't know what rock you've been living under for the last 20 years.
Pacific Rim, I did really enjoy the first one. I never really got round to watching the second one. I still got it, but just didn't interest me enough when the characters weren't the same, really.
No, but like you say, I don't think Idris Elba wanted to come back for the second film.
No.
Charlie Han didn't want to come back for the second film.
He was probably doing Sons of Anarchy by that point, wasn't
he? I think he's already done Sons of Anarchy by that point.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Or at least halfway through it, maybe.
Yeah. But I think he got a bit big after that, didn't he? Yeah. Because he was on everyone's radar, and I think going back into but he wasn't even in any sort of like throwback scenes or anything like that, was he?
You're gonna play, you're literally you're gonna be in the second one, definitely, but you're gonna be there as past shots of your character. Memories of your character, sort of thing, to explain more of the story. Oh, sorry, I get ya.
Yeah, it wasn't in like any throwback scenes or anything like that, and so which would have been good to try and explain the sort of relationship between I want to say Nico, but I'm not sure if it is Nico. That's going to do my head in now what their name is. Do you know what? Google's really, really slow tonight.
Yeah, well, it's your internet, innit?
Mako, that's it.
Mako?
Yeah, Mako Mora. She was the Chinese girl in the first one. But,
okay.
Yeah, but like I say, I love those films. You know, I could have another one of those films today. Yeah, cheers, Gil. I could have another one of those films today, but they'd have to do it really, really well, and not just give us 6 other robots that get beaten the crap out of. But I don't know where they go with it though, because they've closed the rift twice now, and I wouldn't know how to bring them back unless you bring them like an Independence Day where they all arrive on spaceships and we end up fighting big spaceships with giant robots.
Yeah.
Actually, I pretty much need to see that. Should we write a screenplay? Should we do a movie chat screenplay?
Why not?
Yeah. And then we can play the robots ourselves. We'll cut a load of robot suits out with cornflake boxes.
I think you've got to that time where you've lost the plot.
I was hoping we'd go and invade their planet. Well, they live in like a fluid type planet, don't they? If I remember correctly. So I'm not sure how that would work.
Right. Okay.
Anyway, we are coming to 9:30. Little Steve's falling asleep in his chair. I've seen he's zoned out already. So
I'm very tired.
Thank you for the 6 of you that have managed to stay with us as long as you have done. Actually, what's he put here? Ender's Games. Yeah, it's a shame you never made the other 2 books for Ender's Game.
Yeah, I did enjoy Ender's Game. That was a good movie. That.
Yeah,
Surprisingly.
there is a series of books after the first one.
Really?
Yeah, and they were supposed to be making them, and then for some reason they didn't do it.
Okay.
But that's a shame. But I think he's just getting. I think he was getting old, the actor, because he went on to do like sex education and stuff like that, didn't he? And what was the other one? That was at The Stars Between Us or something.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Not The Stars Between Us. That's the fucking Lady Gaga film, wasn't it?
The Stars Between Us.
Something Between Us. Is
it Space Between Us?
That's the one. That's the one.
Yeah. Asa Butterfield, is it?
That's the one. That's the Badger.
Yeah. I knew that getting this from like a Poundland sort of one would come in handy one day.
Yeah, because you can correct me from the Space Between Us and what did you just call it? The Stars Between Us.
Yeah.
I knew it was something like that. Lady Gaga's A Star Is Born. I don't know. I don't really do musicals or anything with singing or anything like that.
Don't let him fool you. Don't let him fool you.
Unless it's like Blues Brothers. Unless it's like Blues Brothers or something like that. But the rest of them, for me. Do you know when you have like Room 101 and you're supposed to put like one example in? My whole section will be musicals. Anything to do with them.
That'd be a good episode, wouldn't it? Like a Room 101 version of what you'd put into the Room 101 and why.
Oh, there you go. Invite a guest on. We can do that. Room 101. Gil, you can come on next in 2 weeks' time, and we can do Room 101.
Three examples of what you would put on.
And
then we can get the chat to vote which is the worst.
The first person to bring a bottle of mayonnaise on the show or something like that.
No, it's the opposite. That Steve. He's not trying to put. It's not what we want to save. It's what we want to put in Room 101. So yours could be
instant fucking ban for a bottle of mayonnaise. I do not have the Greatest Showman playlist on my phone. You have never heard me play a Greatest Showman sound.
Yes, you have.
In the BB, and you'll never will hear me play a Greatest Showman song in the BB. And in fact, if you haven't noticed, when it does come on, I go and turn off the speaker.
He used to listen to it in the gym.
No. Go
on, here we go.
No. Let's wind this back. When I put the Spotify list out onto the chat that day and said, why don't you come up and make me a gym playlist? And then you all took the piss by putting Sweet Transvestite from fucking Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Transylvania.
Yeah. Or fucking This Is Me from The Greatest Showman. And do you know what the worst thing was? I was leg pressing, right? And I've got a full stack on and I was leg pressing. And This Is Me come on and I couldn't reach my fucking phone to turn it off. I was like, no, fuck you doing. And in fact, that's probably how I've damaged my knees. Because I've probably twisted my knees trying to reach my phone to turn that crap off. Right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for on another week of Movie Chats. I am not here next week. I am up in Scotland, but I might dial in on the drive home and see how you're getting on.
All right, mate.
So, little Steve, would you like a special guest next week to keep you company?
I could do with having somebody keep me company. I mean, to be fair, if you brought Dave on, I wouldn't know the difference. It's just like looking at the same person.
I don't think Dave's our friend. I think he's the one that's getting us cancelled.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think he's. It's either that or it's Sharky the gay shark.
Yeah, you might be offending people with your gay shark. You idiot.
Oh, God, I don't know.
Right, thank you, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in and sticking with us this long.
Can't chop dick. Right. Have fun. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.